Hello guys, so today we're gonna check out our loops in arrays. We can use loops through array. So basically we're gonna see our classical for loops via arrays, mapping, filtering, reduce, and for and for offs loop in our arrays. So let's check it out in our VS Code. Let's go. Hello guys, so now we're gonna check out our properties and methods of arrays in our VS Code. Here we see I create an array named A, and I add multiple characters and values to it, like 1 G gap 3 to 22. So their numbers, their strings. I can also add objects and arrays to it, right? But let's make it quite simple so we can understand it easily. So we are for our goal is to print this in a separate line, like 1 in another line we get G cap, in another line we get 3, and so on, right? So for this we're going to use our for loops. We just change the name over here to our array name is A, and A over here, and it's going to print up to 6 letters because we create index is less than length of the array. Length of the array is 6, so means less than 6. And we know JavaScript count starts from 0, so 0 1 2 3 4 5. So indirectly it's going to print up to 6 characters, as we can see over here. See we have we have one gcap, which is our string, 3 22, and so on, right? And in another case, this thing gonna print a whole array in multiple lines, right? So here we see we take our previous array, that is A, to it, and we're gonna doing we use for loop again, and less than the length, and A dot index, everything is same, but in the place of element, which is, what is element? Element is this, the data, 1 gcap, this is our element, right? But console.log a means the whole array is this bracket and this, right? The whole array means this is the whole array. So for this property, gonna print the whole array 6 times, as you can see in our terminal. See see this separate array, and we have 6 of it, right? So this I'm gonna tell you, and now we're gonna know about our the use of each first. So the value this and this and this, okay? So now we're going to discuss about for each loop. So let's read what this line is saying. The use of for each: first show the value this, then element this, and the array this, right? So the values is, what are the values? Values is 1 is a value, 44 is a value, and in this case 44 is changed to gcap. As we change it, 1 gcap is a value, 3 is a value, and so on. Element means the number, right? 1. In this case, element means the number, the order they are in, right? We already know in JavaScript the counting starts from 0 and go so on. So see, the first character names as 0, then 1, then 2, and so on. And we know array is the array we create. So by using for each loop, we can add whatever we want. Value means the what value we add, the element, the placement of the value, and the whole array to it, right? So if we're gonna print this, you can see one thing. See, here we have the whole array. As we know, we create this array, right? And everyone have this common array, but what are the differences? There is differences, this 1 0 gcap 1. So we know 1 is the element, which is 1 is the value, like 1 gcap 3 22, we can see over here. And the second thing is the placement of the element, which is 0. 1 is at the 0th position, and gcap at the first position, and 3 at the second position, and so on, right? So we can use for each loop for this kind of work. And now we're going to talk about our Wait a sec. For each is done. See, now our goal is to manipulate an existing array, right? So how can we manipulate our existing array? See, there is two methods of manipulating an existing array. See, we already have that array A, we know, right? Let's see, we create a new array over here, right? This is a new array we created. Let's ARR, and we also add. See, this line is because there is two new arrays. I'm just gonna explain what is this, right? So this new array is using for loop for its function, and we named this as a dot length. So here we use a dot length, that is correct because we just use the length of a, which is 6, but technically we have to use here is a double r, right? Because we are talking in the reference of a over here. And then we add push. We're going to discuss about push later on. Push means to add new character to the end of the array, right? And element into 2. Element star power 2 means element to the power 2 means in this case we have to square root the element of the array, right? So here an easy method to do this thing. We just comment this out. Real. See, now using map for doing the same work, right? Using map for doing the same work. So what are maps? By maps, they are really important function in loops of JavaScript. So here we see this function. Let new array is equal to arr.map. We already know arr means this thing. We already called this dot map e.index.arr, right? If we didn't write this much thing, we just write e. Still it's gonna work, and we add arrow function, and this returns what it's gonna return you is the power e to the power 2 means square of the e are the elements in the arrays. So console.log new array. So new arrays are let's check it out in our VS Code. As we see, the new arrays are the square root of it. 1 9 25 36, right? As we know, our new arrays are the same. 1 3 to power 2 is equal to 9, 5 to power 2 is equal to 25. So that's it. And now we're gonna know about our now we're gonna discuss about our reduce function, right? Filter out function. In this we discuss about our filter out function. In this, see, if you want to filter out something from our arrays, for example, we want to filter out that a particular number is less than 10, just filter out it. So it's gonna do that for us, right? So how to do it? Make a constant. I name this constant as greater than 10, and element arrow key. If element is greater than 10, then return true, else false, right? And then console.log array.filter and greater than 10, and this thing gonna filter out the numbers which is greater than 10. See, 11, we filtered out 11, means 11 is, yeah, we know 11 is greater than 10, and we using arr, sorry, we using e, element constant greater than e, yeah, we use this arrays over here. So in this array everything is less than 10, but 11 is greater than 10. And yeah, we can do the opposite. We just change the symbol over here. Wait a sec. We just change the symbol over here to less than. Now we get out our less than character, which is 13569, right? So it's pretty simple using our filter thing. Now we're gonna discuss about our reduce function. By using reduce function, we can calculate whole array in just few lines of code. We can also use function for doing this, but function is quite lengthy, so we use our reduce function here. We create an array named array2, and we add function 2 5 times, because we can see the calculation real easy in this. Constant multiplier is equal to a and b, arrow function return a into b, console.log a2 dot reduce multiply, right? And here we see it's give us an output of 32. We can check 32 is correct or not by just see 2 into 2 is equal to 4, 4 into 2 is equal to 8, 8 into 2 is equal to 16, and 16 into 2 is equal to 32. This thing really help us in doing factorials. I already make a real good example of how we can do factorial using reduce function, which is quite tough for me, but yeah, I make it use quite ChatGPT in that thing. because I'm also a beginner to it, right? So thanks for watching. This is the loops in JavaScript.